everyone, how are you? Hope everything is going well. I look forward to what we have to talk about today. I'm going to be quick with the first one. Manchester City just dominated, okay? Manchester City just were tremendous. Sporting were just overmatched. Sporting seemed innocent. Sporting seemed, in awe of City. So much so Juan Amorim before the match saying, Pep Guardiola is the greatest. Playing against Pep is like me in elementary school compared to Pep being in secondary school, that type of thing. There's a great deal of admiration, but that admiration turned into awe in just a very quick set of circumstances and very quick 90 minutes. Now, let's get to the more exciting and I guess more chock-full type of encounter, which was PSG and Real Madrid. I don't think Real Madrid shot on target tonight. That to me was one of the more amazing stats that I had seen, or I'd heard. A couple of people in the broadcast had said that Real Madrid did not shoot on target, and you start checking the statistics and you're like, wait a second, really? And to be honest with you, you start looking total attempts, 3 for PSG, 22. 1 corner for Real Madrid, 7 corners taken for PSG. Okay, so it says a great deal. From an attacking standpoint, you see goals. Okay, obviously, total attempts, like I said, 22-3, and you start seeing these statistics, and you see that PSG. It's a team that has. You don't need the statistics to tell you that the eye test at times was showing that this team has the potential of being able to do some important things. That this is a team that has the possibility of being able to create some important opportunities. 8 shots on target for PSG, 0 for Real Madrid. 8 shots off target for PSG, 2 for Real Madrid. That's pretty worrisome for anyone. For anyone that's looking for an excuse for Real Madrid, well, start there. That's very telling for a team like Real Madrid. Now, people want to criticize Messi. Yes, you should. He didn't play very good. Courtois was probably the best player. If not, you can say Casemiro. He was extremely dominant in the middle. But offensively, there's really nothing for Real Madrid. There was nothing, even with Benzema there. Point. That's the point. When you have that type of offensive ineffectiveness, well, chances are you're not going to win. There's just no other way to say it. And PSG, they tried any which way possible. They even I put out a tweet during the match saying officially PSG are bereft of ideas. They're out of ideas. They have no ideas. If you see that goal and see who was defending, I think it was Carvajal and Militao came in. You end up seeing, okay, well, PSG are putting Real Madrid in a situation where they have to defend and prioritize defending. Okay, I'll come back to that point to that particular moment in a little bit. But the only players that really were effective in every sense of the word were Casemiro and Courtois. Courtois was absolutely lights out. Obviously, making the penalty save on Messi, which was a very poorly taken penalty kick. And if you start looking at what he had to offer, well, you end up seeing that PSG aren't quite there yet. They haven't made that turn yet. But if he does, watch out. If he does get into it the way that many know he can, watch out. But still, let's keep everything front and center. Let's keep all the facts there. You did have Hakimi, I think, had a very good match. Mbappe, of course, was otherworldly. And like I said, even on social media, I said Courtois was the man of the match. But if you come and give me every single argument about Mbappe being the man, I have absolutely no problem with it. You have your point. That's a problem. That's a big problem for Real Madrid and Carlo Ancelotti to have to solve. Especially when you don't have players that are playing at 100% on the other end, controlling you. I can't say dominate you, but controlling Real Madrid the way they did today. And I think that's a big problem. Carvajal had a very tough time with Mbappe. So did Mendy. Messi just seemed out of sorts. But to a certain extent, that penalty miss lit a fire in him. Again, it wasn't enough of a fire to go and have him break through and score 3 goals. No, nothing like that. But you started to see him pass, be more decisive, ask for the ball, run in, have a little bit more pace going forward. The passes that he sent out weren't 100% precise. The passes that he was getting back were even less precise. But all these things that were going on, you saw that this team, if it turns the corner and when it starts to click, although it's brief awakenings that they have during the match, it's one of those things that if they end up pulling everything together, watch out. I mean, they're a contender on paper. They are. This is their season. Okay, let's not kid ourselves. This is their season. As I mentioned over in Sports Max prior to the match. This is their season. If they lose this, their season's basically done, and they don't want that to happen. And the investment that was made and the amount of resources that have been put in order to be able to put this team together and have Pochettino coach, it would be a horrid end to a season if they get eliminated in this round. Mbappe ends up being the savior. Mbappe ends up being the player that kind of, when ideas ended up running out, he ended up turning on the inspiration gas tank and he still had a little bit left. And that ends up being the big difference in this match. It ends up being a difference in this match where it justifies the numerical and the statistical domination or superiority that PSG had throughout this entire 90 minutes. Now, what do the next 90 minutes have in store? Your guess is as good as mine. We'll find out in a couple of weeks' time, but it will be an interesting matchup over at the Santiago Bernabeu without a doubt. Hey folks, are you the type that takes notes and does all types of things while watching a match? Taking notes, writing lineups, statistics, that type of thing? Or are you a commentator, up and coming or established, that really enjoys having something to be able to write notes on, keep mental notes, and kind of being able to translate them so you don't forget them in the middle of a match? Well, I have a little project that you can check out. You can check it out in the show notes, check the link out, and be able to possibly even purchase it. It's not a very expensive investment. It's something that I have made to a very economical because I really want to have the most amount of fans be able to get them at a very low price. Again, check out the Football Notebook. Okay, let me know what you think. I'll put some images on every so often on social media so you get a better idea how this layout looks, just so you see if it works out for you or not. It'd be great if it does. If it does, make sure you check it out on Amazon. Again, the Football Notebook.